Okay, so I'm going to be using this Ayurvedic herb. I've been using Ayurvedic herb for quite some while, but not this year, not last year. I think I used it maybe in form of a spray last year, but not like the way I want to use it now. So I'm going to be using this for my hair because I also try to go back to Ayurvedic herbs because I used Ayurvedic herbs for a whole year. My hair grew thicker and longer for like that year. So I'm looking forward to going back to using Ayurvedic herbs. So that's all from the Sai Roots brand. And yeah, if you actually like to get their product, there's a 5% discount. I'll drop the code right here on the screen so that you can see it. I'm going to be using it. After that, I'm going to wash my hair and I hope it does not leave any residue. So yeah, let's get right into it. I started by applying the Ayurvedic gem to my plastic, and what I intended to do was just to add a little bit of this Ayurvedic herb and then use water. But then I was just gauging with my eyes and looking at the length of my hair and how thick my hair was and how much I would need. And then I applied a little bit of this um warm water in a kettle. Now, what I would advise you to do is to make sure that your Ayurvedic herb is not watery, not too thick, not too watery. And so when I applied the water, I discovered that the water was just a little bit too much for this Ayurvedic herb. So because of that, I just added a little bit more of the Ayurvedic herb to make it thicker than it was originally. So you want to make sure that it's thick in a way that your hair can hold it in. If not, you just see the Ayurvedic hair pouring around the whole floor of your house and you don't want it. You want your head to absorb it and absorb the nutrients in it. So it's best for you to just make it a little bit thick, not so thick, so that your hair can actually hold it in. So I add a little bit of water just to make sure that it's not too thick and then it has a good consistency. So before applying any marks on your hair, it is advisable for you to put your hair in sections. This way, your hair will not get in the way as you're applying the product. And before applying any product, ensure your hair is wet and is soaked in water. Not dripping wet, but has a lot of water in it. So that when you apply the marks, your hair can absorb it properly. For some people, they just go ahead to apply the Ayurvedic herb on their hair like that without having to, like twist their hair back. But me, I feel like it is better for me to twist my hair back so that I don't end up like, just having to detangle my hair all over again because it's a whole lot of stress. So as you can see, I've done about half section of my hair and I'm about to do the other side of my hair. So one thing I did was that I didn't add so much because what is remaining is not plenty anymore, so I don't want to make it that some sides of my hair will not get, like, at least they have to get something, so I'm trying to make it as equal as possible in both sides. This is the back, so everything is all soaked in. I'm just going to cover it up like this and wrap my hair in a nylon bag. Just use this to cover it. So the essence of nylon bag is because I do not have, is it heat cap? Yes, so I don't have a heat cap. So the nylon bag is going to produce heat, then covered with this silk bonnet. There's a silk stuff in it. Silk also generates heat, so it's going to like generate heat so that the nutrients or the good things from the Ayurvedic herb will be able to penetrate into my hair. My hair is already wet. I've washed out the Ayurvedic herb and now it's time for me to wash my hair because my hair needs thorough cleansing. So I'm still using this Ayurvedic shampoo, African shampoo. Now this is my first time using it. Pardon me. Okay. For me, it's easier to wash my hair in twist because I don't have to get worried about tangles or hair shrinkage or and all of that. My hair shrinks even in twist, but then it is worse when I wash it. It becomes difficult to, tangle, and it becomes difficult to like put it back in twist, and I have to go through a lot of stress. Just to avoid that, I prefer it being in twist before washing. Sometimes I let it out, but times when I know I don't have the time or I don't want to go through that stress, I just wash it in twist, which makes it easier and it still comes out. If you are the type that thinks that you don't need to wash your hair or that dirty hair can lead to hair growth, then you're wrong. Your hair needs to be washed, but then you have to look at how fast your hair gets dirty. My own, I can take my hair for up to a month without having to wash it. After a month, then I have to wash it. But some people, they use a lot of products and their hair gets dirty easily. So whatever works for you, after 2 weeks or after a month, if that works for you, then go with it. But ensure that your hair is thoroughly cleansed. Now my hair is dripping wet and I have to apply the conditioner. I saw that the deep conditioner was made from aloe leaf juice and ambuno. Aloe vera in general actually needs water, like before it can really work. That's why some people apply aloe vera on their hair and then the hair starts to get overly dry and they wonder. I thought aloe vera was supposed to be a moisturizer. Why it doesn't make my hair dry? The reason why aloe vera will make your hair dry is if your hair is not wet. Aloe vera is actually an humectant and it works when the area is wet. It draws water to itself. That's what aloe vera does. And so when you have a dry hair and you use aloe vera, there's high tendency for it to get very dry. So for you to use aloe vera or anything that has aloe vera or any product that has aloe vera in it as the major ingredient, make sure that you use a lot of water. So this time around, I'm not loosening out my twist because it's a lot of job to start losing the twist. And again, I've given it a treatment before. I just want to give it this deep conditioning treatment as a kind of like backup because I washed it and the weather is also not nice. I just wanted to have like a deep conditioning treatment. That's all. I usually most times even do my deep conditioning in twists or in braids because it's easier and better for me. A lot of people that you see online that do content, they do their deep conditioning when their hair is out, or some of them like do not really do protective styling, like long-term protective styling. I like long-term protective styling because it works for me a lot. So if you notice that long-term protective styling works for you and then you're scared of doing deep conditioning when your hair is in like protective styles, not protective styles with extensions, protective styles without extension, like you don't have to be scared, you can actually do it. I leave my hair for like 6 weeks, sometimes 4 to 6 weeks, and then after 2 weeks you don't want deep conditioning treatment, then after another 2 weeks you do another. It will really help your hair a lot. It has helped my hair, but a lot of people are always scared of their hair getting rough easily and all of that. I don't usually worry about that again because that's the way natural is. So whichever way works for you, once in a month, twice in a month, whichever way works for you, find a way around it. And that is why I actually do recommend that you do your protective styles without extensions most of the time, because you would be able to take care of your hair more when your hair is without extensions. So if you keep doing extensions from January to December, you will discover that you cannot do deep conditioning. Maybe you leave your protective style in extension for as long as 2 months. Then it means that for 2 months your hair does not get that treatment. And then once you're losing it again, you do it for another 2 months. Like just once in 2 months your hair gets that kind of treatment. Well, how do you expect your hair to like survive? It's better for you to do more hair without extensions so that you can be able to like take care of your hair properly. So yes, I'm done. Finally, somebody say praise the Lord. I'm done with my deep conditioning. I just need to like wrap my hair around a plastic bag again, and once that is done, I will leave it for like about 30 minutes again. Many people have proved that the secret to retaining length is to ensure that your hair is stretched, and then before you put your hair into any protective style, your hair is properly stretched. So you can use African threading method, and the African threading method is safe, and although it's slow, but then it is one of the safest way to stretch out your hair. So what I will be doing, or what I am doing, is just doing the African threading. First I start with detangling my hair properly with my fingers before I then use my comb. Before detangling my hair, I apply conditioner and then butter. I discovered that butter makes my hair softer and easier for me to detangle. So that is one secret I found out recently. Instead of just using leave-in conditioner, after using your leave-in conditioner, you can add butter. When you apply butter, it makes your hair softer, and so you're even able to comb it better safe, so that you don't experience breakage while trying to comb your hair. So if you know me, you know that I really do not like to use the comb all the time, and because this is more like stretching my hair doing the African threading, I had to just use the comb because I want like a clean stretch hair when I loosen it out, and then when I'm trying to do my protective style, it's easy for me to detangle properly. I make sure that I do it for all strands of my hair and ensure that all parts of my hair are properly detangled before then doing the African threading. I took my time, and so you have to do it to take your time. If you have maybe rough hair or a blow dryer, then you can go for that instead of going through the stress of the African threading. But I will still say that African threading is still one of the safest way to stretch your hair without any heat damage or hair damage or whatever. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be stopping this video, but make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of my hair routine series. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this when I release them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.